Hey, what's going on YouTube? Lionel here. Today I'm going to be doing a tag response. So I was tagged in a recent video, and I am also going to tag two people. So I don't know if that's against the rules or not, but I'm going to do it anyway. So CreedFragz, you're going to be tagged, and Lovesmariah, you will be tagged. You're the two guys that I'm interested in just kind of learning more about. There's a lot more, but a lot of people have been tagged, and I don't want to re-tag and do all that good stuff. So anyway. That's my tag. So I think there's 12 questions. So to be clear, I think there are 12 questions. Here are the questions. Your earliest fragrance memory, your first purchase, your first niche purchase, your first blind buy, your best blind buy, your worst blind buy, your favorite notes, your favorite fragrance house, a frag that describes you, I guess your favorite fragrance, profile note that I don't know, and fragrance resolutions. So I think that's 12. I don't know about the profile note. So anyway, let me dig into it. So my earliest fragrance memory would be my grandmother's perfume. So I was raised by my grandmother, and she had 4 or 5 bottles of perfume. If you ask me what it was, I could not tell you exactly what it was, but I just know I was on a junior usher board, and I would spray. I put on my pink shirt and my blue slacks. When it was pink shirt, blue slacks, I'll make sure I have some fragrances to match, because I thought that was like one of the dopest junior usher outfits that you could wear. Anyway, I ended up spraying my grandmother's stuff. So that's really my earliest fragrance memory. I didn't have really any man in my life, so raised by my grandmother, mostly women around. I had one uncle in the house, but I don't think he's ever worn a fragrance as far as I can remember. So anyway, that's my earliest fragrance memory. My grandmother having stuff, wearing stuff. I don't know what it was. I don't even know if it smelled good or bad. I just would go in, spray it, and go on my way. My first fragrance purchase on my own was called Preferred Stock. I don't know if I'm dating myself much, because I don't know if Preferred Stock is still around, but I don't know if it was late 80s, maybe early 90s. Preferred Stock was the first fragrance that I ever bought. I got it one time for Christmas, so that next year I went around and I bought it myself. I can't remember where I purchased it from. Myers, I think, or Jules Osco. We had a store called Jules Osco in Benton Harbor, Michigan. So that's where I bought my first bottle of Preferred Stock. So that was my first purchase. My first niche purchase was, if you want to go decant, my first niche purchase was a decant of Millesime Imperial, and I hated it. I don't know why. Ended up being like one of my favorite summer fragrances. But my first niche purchase was from the homie John Frusco or ITM LLC. I think is where I bought my first decant of Millesime Imperial, and from there the rest is history. So that was it. My first blind buy. My first blind buy was Prada Amber Pour Homme was my first blind buy. So I never sniffed it, and that was, it was sort of, Prada Amber Pour Homme was sort of one of the early niche fragrances. I think my man out of New York, the Hispanic cat that lost a lot of stuff in a fire, he was, I think he was on it. Brandon was on it. Mark, I think it was one of Mark's, one of his 5-star ratings. So anyway, that was it. One of my first blind buys was Prada Amber Pour Homme. My best blind buy, dang good question, man. My best blind buy was probably green. I bought a lot of stuff blind, man. Blind as in I've never sniffed it before. I'll probably go Green Irish Tweed, man. Green Irish Tweed. I had never smelled Green Irish Tweed before I bought a full bottle of it. Or actually before I bought a decant of it. Or you know what? I'll go Millesime Imperial, man. Millesime Imperial is my best blind buy. it was my first niche and my best blind buy, I guess. Initially, I didn't think so. So if I was to say my initial first blind buy impression would probably be best blind buy would be Green Irish Tweed. So that's that one. That's number 5. Number 6, my worst blind buy, Coromandel by far. That is one of the worst. You know what? Between Chanel Coromandel and Dior Leather Oud, one of those two are probably my worst blind buys ever. I don't own any of them. I gave them both away actually, so that'll tell you I got rid of them as quick as I got them. I tried to spend about a couple weeks with them. I was so turned off by them. I just said I just gave them away. I gave one decant to some sister, the Coromandel, and the other one to a brother, the Dior Leather Oud. I can't remember even who I gave them to. But anyway, that's my worst blind buy, or I'll put them on equal footing. Maybe Dior Leather having the edge. My favorite fragrance house. That's a tough one. My Creed, maybe. Creed is probably my favorite fragrance house. Bond, Killian, probably Creed. Probably Creed. Aventus Silver Mountain Water, Royal Oud. Two of my 5 favorite fragrances, and 3 of my top 7 and 4 of my top 10 would probably come from the house of Creed. So because of that, I would probably say Creed is my favorite fragrance house. Love them. Love what it do. I love what they do. Sort of defines me. A fragrance that describes me would easily be Royal Oud. Sort of, sort of corporate. I'm a corporate kind of guy. Clean cut. Um, you know, shirt. Suit jacket and jeans. Polo shirts and khakis. I think Royal Oud epitomizes that look. So if you were to define Royal Oud, it would sort of have a nice, you know mid 30, mid 40 corporate professional appeal, and I think that's what Royal Oud is for me. So that fragrance is probably the one that describes me on a normal basis. So on a normal basis, it would definitely be um, Creed's Royal Oud. Favorite notes. I think they kind of split this up. Favorite notes and least favorite notes. My least favorite note, let me start with that, is civet. I despise it. I don't have anything else to say about that. Smells like musty raccoon private parts. Favorite um, favorite notes. Oh, maybe that's profile notes. So actually, I probably skipped one. So my favorite fragrance, which is number 10, is Royal Oud. My favorite fragrance is Royal Oud. Close second would be Aventus. Third would probably be Noir de Noir. 4 would probably be um, Pure Havana. 5 would probably be Allure Homme Sport. I don't know. But my favorite fragrance is Creed Royal Oud. It is a easy number 1 for me. Profile notes, or I guess favorite notes. I think that's the one I was looking at. My favorite notes are probably, if you'd ask me just on a given day, I'm a big amber fan. I own a lot of amber fragrances. I like amber a lot. I like amber in almost anything that is in. So my favorite note would probably be it. It would probably be amber. Profile notes would be vetiver, rose, amber, and I'm a tobacco. I like tobacco. But my favorites would probably be rose. My favorite would probably be rose, amber, and vetiver. I don't know. I like sort of the spicy and oud. I like oud, but I like oud done light. I don't like the real oud stuff. I like oud done lightly. So those are my profile notes. Finally, my fragrance resolution. I don't really have any. Keep collecting as money and interest permits. thought I can get out of this game a couple of years ago when I started this about 4 years ago. And I can't. I mean, I really am literally in love with fragrances and collective fragrances and learning about notes, the debates about fragrances. I like it all. So that's it for me. So that's it. I appreciate you guys. If I was to run back down real quick, my earliest fragrance memory is my grandmother's fragrances. My first purchase was Preferred Stock. My first niche purchase was Millesime Imperial. My first blind buy was Millesime Imperial. No, my first blind buy was part of Amber Pour Homme. My best blind buy, Green Iris Tweed. Worst blind buy, Coromandel or Dior Leather Oud. My favorite notes. I think I skipped that one. My favorite notes would be Vetiver Rose, Amber. It would probably be my favorite notes with a hint of oud. Favorite fragrance house is Creed. Fragrance that describes me is Royal Oud. My favorite fragrance is Royal Oud. Profile notes, I just kind of went through that with favorite notes. I don't know what profile notes mean. And my fragrance resolution is to keep growing in the industry, growing my knowledge, collecting, being, wise economically while doing it. So that's it for me. I appreciate you guys. Peace.